Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks to Senator Simons for sharing some good news about the agriculture sector with our honourable colleagues. This new status, negligible risk for BSE, is great for the sector and a great day indeed for the Canadian beef industry. My question today is for the government representative in the Senate as I rise today to again highlight the integral role of temporary foreign workers in our agricultural industry. Last year, the agricultural sector struggled while temporary foreign workers waited out their mandatory quarantine periods. This year, as the growing season begins, many temporary foreign workers and their employers find themselves in similar situations once again. The Ontario Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association has highlighted that while the government is supporting employers by providing financial assistance for temporary foreign worker isolation, the funding that is available through the Mandatory Isolation Support Program for temporary foreign workers will phase out when the program ends on August 31st, 2021. Unfortunately, planting, growing, and harvesting doesn't end on that date. Honourable colleagues, our farmers completely understand the need for quarantines, but they're already struggling to make ends meet, even with the government support. Quarantine requirements have forced employers to take out loans, dip into savings, so they can attempt to secure a workforce for the 2021 growing season. Some may even have to stop production. Unfortunately, the associated costs of the 14-day mandatory quarantine and potential additional quarantine days in the event of an infection or failed test cannot be recovered through the marketplace, and growers need assurance of support to maintain stable production. So my question today, Ms. Senator Gold, is, will the government commit to maintain the available funding at a minimum of $1,500 per worker as long as there is a quarantine requirement? And will they also investigate the possibility of providing supplementary funds to offset costs associated with potential quarantine delays? Thank you.
Senator Gold.
Thank you, Senator, for raising this issue. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the government has been working and been continuously looking at options to make sure that Canadian farmers to help Canadian farmers ensure that every foreign worker has a working and living environment that ensures safety and the dignity of those workers. And over a year ago, in April 2020, the government announced the initial $50 million to help employers offset costs associated with the mandatory 14-day isolation period for workers entering Canada. An additional $34.4 million was committed to this program through the Fall Economic Statement. And as you mentioned, budget 2021 allocate an additional $57.6 million to further extend the support program until August 31st, 2021. Thanks to your advance notice, I've made inquiries for the government. This is what I've been advised. The program will continue to provide, and here, honourable colleague, I have to correct you, a maximum of $1,500 for each eligible worker until June 15th. But as of June 16th, 2021, the maximum amount will be reduced to $750 until the program ends on August 31st. And I am advised that there are no plans beyond August 31st. That said, the government remains seized with the issue.
Senator Black, Ontario, did you wish to ask a supplementary?
No, thank you, Mr. Speaker.